there guys, Josh here from Crossbar Capers, and welcome to the first episode of the Reds of Steel City podcast. Today, this will be a weekly podcast where I will be joined by some special guests to discuss all things Liverpool. Tonight, I am joined by Ray. How are you, mate?
Hey mate, how you going?
Very good, mate, very good. I am joined also by Julian.
Hey, how are you?
Good, mate, very good. Stephen.
Hey, how are you, mate?
Very good, buddy. And Ben.
I'm good, mate. I'm very good.
Full house. Plenty of Liverpool knowledge.
Yeah,
What?
Not about that.
We hope so.
We hope so. So guys, on tonight's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about Camachow's move to Sporting. Obviously, Vandenberg, the new 17-year-old signing that we've signed in the last week, and a few other topics along the way. So, no further ado, we'll get this underway with the first one. Rafael Camacho, obviously signed. He was signed, obviously, to Liverpool's academy from Manchester City at the end of 2015-16 season. He made his senior debut, obviously, in the FA Cup third round against Wolverhampton on the 7th of January 2019, and has obviously left us for Sporting on a transfer close to $5 million, with obviously the 20% sell-on clause and also a buyback clause, which could be very interesting later on down the track. So, I'll start off with Stephen. Mate, thoughts?
Yeah,
Good move.
Look, I think the buyback clause and the sell-on clause are, that's probably the wise thing to do there, especially in this day and age where we're seeing players go and come back, i.e. Paul Pogba at Man United, where they paid a big fee for a player they sold on a cheap. So I think it's a good move. There were rumblings, I think, back a little while ago of a falling out between Camacho and Klopp. I think it had to do something with Camacho wanting to play further up the field from memory. And Klopp saying, well, if you're going to play for me, you're going to play right back. Similar thing, Trent Alexander-Arnold. He was playing midfield in the academy, and when Klopp called him up, he said, you're going to be right back. And he's probably one of the best right backs in the world in today's climate. So you should be listening to the gaffer. So no surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, only got the 2 games in for the Reds, but he's obviously going to show. Going to show good prospect, obviously, in the years to come. Anyone else? Obviously, thoughts?
Yeah. Sorry, Ray here.
Hi, Ray.
If I was him, look, based on where Liverpool are at the moment and what they've done with Trent, as Steve said, you'd think. I mean, I don't know the full situation, but I think if Klopp told me to stay, and you'll end up being a Liverpool regular and just start at the back and see where you go, then I'd sign on the dotted line there and then. But you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and Klopp doesn't suffer fools lightly. So obviously something's going on there, and he's decided time to go, and he thinks it's a better move for him. But I think he should have stayed. But well, they come, they go, I suppose.
Yeah, just a quick add-on. I think, I guess not as bad as it sounds, but I think there's also an aspect here of Camacho's his Portuguese descent, so he's gone back home in a sense. Whether he's originally from Lisbon, I don't know. But there's a difference in mentality, I think, between someone like Trent, who's English descent, grew up supporting Liverpool, will do whatever he wants to do for the team.
Yeah.
And it was his boyhood dream to play for Liverpool. You can hear it when he talks. And then I think with someone with Camacho, it's I'm from Portugal.
He's been also to Man City, so you've got that. He's moved around a bit, so I think he's looking after his own back basically. And I think, as young players do at times, no, I know best. Can't tell me where to go. I know where to play. I play here the best.
Yeah, well, sometimes you've got to back yourself too.
That's right.
In that situation where you go, well, I think I can make it. I think I can be further up the field, and I think I can have an impact. And good luck to him if he goes to Sporting. And they had a mass exodus, I think, last year. A few players left. over some disputes anyway. So if he can go there and have like a resurgence in form, and what Sporting Lisbon didn't they produce Aldani? So I'm sure it's not a bad place to go and kickstart your career.
I'm not sure if you saw a few under 23 games, guys, but
yes,
when he did play, he was quite free, and open, up and down. So
I'd love to shake hands with his agent, because managing to get a 20% sell-on clause, that's a big feat in itself.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty much.
That's massive money.
Yeah. To go back on, as Steve said, he nailed it on the head. Obviously, he's born and bred in Lisbon. It's where he started. Yep. It's where he started his youth career, 2008. So he was there until 2013 before going to City. So obviously, going back home, obviously I dare say playing for his boyhood club, who obviously all his family and friends and that support. It's probably a too big a offer to refuse, to be fair.
I mean, not bad in the way, considering he started in their youth academy as well. So he's got to know the inner workings of the club and how it functions prior to going back there. And Sporting aren't the sort of club to buy you back like that after a youth team.
Yeah.
Or being a youth team prospect without saying, to some degree, you're going to get some first-team football. They're not going to waste that sort of money on it.
No, that's right. And look, the fact that he left Sporting for Man City means back then he was touted as a future talent.
Yeah.
And then to do the rounds, and then you're playing. Look, Man City's academy's come a long way. They've produced 2 recent talents, at least young guys with a few potential. Someone like Phil Foden. Man City's academy's pretty okay. And then coming to Liverpool, which is a great academy as well. So, he's done the rounds, and then he's at that teenage years where, he wants to make the next step up to first team football.
Yeah. Look, as I said, I think at the end of the day, if Liverpool are adding on a buyback clause, I think that's them,
smart move.
That's them.
Yeah, that was the smartest move.
That to me means definitely that he's a talent. They don't think that he's a waste, and we're just going to get rid of him, and so be it. So if the opportunity arises where they can get him back, obviously, for not much more than what they sold him for to Sporting and so forth, I dare say they'll take him. If they need him later on down the track. As you said, he's a winger by trade, but obviously he has played in the back line, and we have had issues there in the back line for many years. So hopefully,
definitely
Trent and so forth stay there and they stay injury free. But who knows?
Yeah, perfect.
No,
you've got to think Klopp would have a plan. He wouldn't just let him go if he didn't have a plan to cover at the back.
100%. Yeah.
No, well, look, and if you think about,
but even as someone mentioned earlier, he does play further forward, and I know we've got plenty of midfielders, but his numbers were pretty good for the under 23s. And it's a big jump up, but he's got to have a plan. Like, Klopp's not silly.
No.
Well, I hope he's got a plan anyway.
Well, look,
he will.
I know he will.
Always
Yeah,
got
he
something.
Will.
So, we've got players there
that
are interchangeable now. You got someone like Gomez that you can push right again.
Gomez. I'm looking forward to him being injury free.
Fingers crossed.
Milner's done it as well.
Yeah.
Who? Milner? Yeah,
Milner's done it as well.
Yeah, and then you've got someone like Kleiny if they do keep him when he comes back from loan. So there's a couple of options. Dutch. What was he? 16-year-old. I can't pronounce his last name.
Sepp Vandenberg.
No.
The other fella.
The other fella
Hoover.
filled in. Yeah.
Hoover.
That's
Hoover. Yeah. Well, obviously we just touched on it. Obviously, Sepp Vandenberg.
Yes.
The new signing. I nearly fell off my chair when I seen the transfer fee, $1.3 million. I thought, have they missed a zero? Next to the one, $10.3 million or something from Pek Swoley.
Yep.
So it could reach almost $4.4 million should all agreed clauses be activated.
Again, not a bad fee.
No,
not by any means.
As I said, $1.3 million. I thought the days were gone. 17, obviously, what was it? Felix from Benfica just left $105 million or something 18
Yeah,
years
it's
of age.
Atletico.
Yeah.
You know, like, unbelievable what they're going for these days. But he's here. He's touted to be a decent back. He played 17 games last year in the first side for Zwolle.
Where did they end up finishing? Do we know?
Yeah, they were. I think they were about 5th in the league. So
okay.
obviously they didn't do too bad.
13th.
13th. Okay.
There you
Well,
go.
13th.
Ben's onto it. Ben's the stat man for Peck But
Beautiful.
good on you, mate. But yeah, no, as I said, 17 appearances. Young centre back. He can play right as well.
Yeah.
He's going to get the chance, obviously, in the pre-season tournaments, games, whatever you want to call them, to prove himself and obviously get first team experience. Obviously, with I'm going to say probably one of his idols, Van Dijk.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well,
And
the one that stands out for me is the 2 goals in 6 games for the Dutch under-19s.
that's pretty good. How tall is he? Stats man, Ben?
1.89 metres.
Oh,
Yeah, 1.89.
He's into it.
Okay, he's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play centre back or can play right back.
Right back, yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, look, I think when we're beating teams, and I'll touch on something else a little bit differently. I'll segue a little bit, but beat Bayern Munich to him. I guess we're now in that league where Liverpool is looking like an attractive side to come play for. Gone are the days of Roy Hodgson, Brendan Rodgers, where players would kind of beat us because we were still on the upswing. Or Roy Hodgson maybe not so. But
I think we should ban that name, Hodgson.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway,
but
sorry.
it's a positive thing where players are going, oh no, I'm going to play for Liverpool, and that's down to, of course, us winning things now, but it's also down to the manager and of course the style of play. So we're back on the by the looks of it as an attractive, once again, where we should be.
Yep. And I like the fact that Peck Zwolle, while he was there as well, he's been the manager there. He was training under ex Premier League centre back in himself, being Jaap Stam.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was
I don't think who it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to go a second. Even though he's ex-Man United, we'll leave that to
forget that.
Side.
Again, no, Premier League class centre back.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And look, Jaap Stam, his day, he played for ASM Manchester United and played for some great teams, so it's a good pedigree to have. And then being Dutch and being able to learn from Van Dijk, the Dutch always produce some pretty good talents over there. So it's definitely positive.
What are they thinking of doing with them? There's no talk of loaning him back or loaning him out, is there? I think they're going to keep him for a year, or at least keep him around Melwood.
Yeah.
No.
He'll probably float out this team, I would reckon, the under 23s and the reserve, possibly first team for a couple of early cup games.
Yeah, well, the under 23s, they're in that Premier League 2 thing now, aren't they? Or whatever it was called. That other Mickey Mouse Cup. I can't think what it's called. Checker Trade Trophy.
Yeah, Checker Trade.
So there's a few extra games there he might be able to.
Yeah, and look, I think we're also looking now to challenge in more cups. Okay, we won the Champions League, but it'd be good to maybe be considered doing a treble, at least something sort.
I'm keen to go further in the cups. I mean,
that's exactly right.
Depends on
when was the
cup? The cup, yeah, that's right. The cup lately have been, what do you say, shit.
Yeah.
Secondary options,
pretty much, and it's not. You think, oh yeah, this is, do they take it seriously? I hope they damn straight take it seriously, but it just seems to be like they don't look like they want to be there sometimes. So I'm hopefully.
I'd agree with that.
Hopefully they want to get these younger kids push more. And push Klopp and vice versa.
Well,
so.
You know what? I think it's a very interesting point you just touched on, Julian. I think, look at the Cups, I guess, for argument's sake, let's go 20 years ago, right? And further. It was a different time. You had English teams with majority British players. So those sorts of FA Cup, Capital One, Coca-Cola, whatever you want to call it, those cups to those players because they grew up watching the teams battle for the FA Cup, battle for the title, whatever you call it. So so they were seen as important. Whereas now, when you start, you look at Liverpool starting. How many English players start?
Yeah.
Jordan Henderson.
That's it.
Maybe Joe Gomez.
Right.
Trent
Alexander-Arnold.
You got 2, 3, and then you got Andy Robertson now. So you've got
Milner.
3 or 4. Right. So I think I look at it and go, is it not a lack of understanding, but maybe a lack of desire? I think when they're playing the games, they want to play the game, but I think when they lose, they're not as upset.
Yeah. I think it's also. Go ahead.
I don't think that's the right attitude to have, though. You're playing.
No, I don't think so either.
You're playing for the greatest club in England, and
that's why.
If you think that you're going to fluff around in these other lower cups, don't be there.
No, I don't think it's that they think they're going to fluff around.
It's just the way that you can see them play. Like last year, the team sheet, great. But, as you said, Steve, if you're not an English person that's grown up to be there and seen that, what's the point?
Yeah,
and
I agree.
And then you look at the sign of the times, though, too. We've moved to a more international market nowadays than what we were 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
We're a global game. We've got global players. So
correct.
You've got players, as we just touched on, probably more than half the team's foreign players. So you don't want to say less important, but when they lose, it's kind of like, okay, we lost that. Don't worry, we've got the Champions League and we're still in the Premier League. So we'll focus on that. And that's then everyone is as well.
Everyone attacks that. All the fans over there, you see them. Klopp hasn't gone this far since such and such. What's he doing? Why is he doing it this way? It's just they are brutal. They are brutal. I know you always want to win. You know what I mean? You just want to win all the time, but you've also got a blood young players.
Correct.
It's
a fine line.
But in answer to your Julian, the fans that I'll say they're calling for Klopp's head early on in the season. I listened to another podcast.
Pathetic.
Oh, they're absolutely pathetic. But I listened to a podcast.
100%.
606, it's called. It's talk. People phone in and talk.
Yeah.
And there's a guy on there, Frank. Frank, his name is, and he earlier in the season he was calling Klopp for Klopp's head and blah blah blah. He's bloody useless, bloody this, and he's one of probably a million. There's not many of them.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the season, he's ringing up, banging on about how good Klopp is and and he's in tears because we won the European Cup. So muppets like that.
But then you look at the other side of the coin though. Liverpool was smart in their acquisition of Klopp as well, and Klopp came into the club full well knowing and said to the board, "I can do it, but it's going to take time."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did Klopp say? He said, "Give me 3 years or
3 years."
He said if I've got he said he didn't say trophy, a
title. I'm pretty sure.
Title. Sorry.
I win a title. So he said,
"If I win a title in the next 4 years, I'll be happy, man."
Yeah.
Well, and he's done it.
And he's done it.
He's done it. A couple of months shy of it. Correct.
And 1 point off.
Arguably the best title that you could have in European football.
Correct. And you know what was the funny thing on social media after our loss to Barcelona? There was a funny meme saying, Liverpool have bottled the Champions League, not going to win, and they're not going to beat City to the title because it was what it was. And they said they brought up Klopp's quote about winning a title.
Yeah.
How he'd go and manage in, Switzerland. And then a week later, beat Barcelona and he's champions, and those memes definitely went away pretty quickly.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Yeah, well, as I said, obviously we'll go back a little bit onto Vandenberg.
Sorry, we digress.
No, that's fine. It's good. That's what it's all. That's what it's all about. As I said, trying to talk all things Liverpool whenever it arises. So, but no, obviously we'll end just saying, 17 years of age. We all know Klopp. Obviously, hopefully know what he's doing. So he wouldn't have picked him up if he didn't think that he was going to do the job. Probably not this season, probably not next year, but definitely a future talent, we'd hope.
Yeah, he'll definitely
pre-season he'll get him in for a bit.
Yeah.
He's going to have to get him in because the likes of Allison and Bobby and stuff like that, obviously still playing in the tournaments and everything else. Obviously, we've got, I think was it Cater that's obviously gone away and injured? No.
Yeah, he's gotten injured.
Yeah, so he's injured as well, obviously, and now they're trying to rush him back for the African Cup of Nations or whatever it is and everything else. So he's going to definitely get game time in this little pre-season period. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So, no, good luck to him, obviously, and we'll see what happens in the year to come. So each week we're going to do a player profile, so to speak. We're just going to pick a player each week, obviously from the first team to dissect their season gone, obviously in this off season, and then obviously as we get into the new season, we'll see how their current form's going, etc. But figured we'd start off with Alison Becker.
Liverpool's new number one.
Absolutely, freak taking over the new number one spot.
As he should.
Carrius not coming back for coming back to Liverpool as of yet. Obviously, he's staying to see Eddie's second year loan deal. So out at where's he at? Bloody
Besiktas.
Besiktas.
Thank God they paid him.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a hiccup there where he may have come back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that was it. Yeah, he was looking at coming back. So yeah, hopefully, thank God they did that. Obviously, last season's Golden Glove winner. Outstanding season. You got to think. He was at Roma for 2 seasons. He signed a 5-year deal for $7.6 million. He only seen 2 years of that contract before Liverpool picked him up for a record fee for a keeper at the time.
Yes.
Yeah, which lasted a whole 48 hours.
48 hours, yeah.
Something like that. And he, in those 2 years, he played 37 games for Roma.
Yes.
And he's pipped it in one season by playing 38 for Liverpool.
Yeah.
So, absolute freak. But yeah, what can you say? Thank Christ he was in behind the sticks at against Tottenham in the final, in the Champions.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank
goodness he was in the sticks there with Napoli.
I was just about to
say
that was the game
that was scary, man.
that got us to where we went.
Yeah.
That save, that just sets a normal keeper and a world-class keeper apart.
Correct.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
He's at the moment, he's obviously still playing and still through this tournament that he's playing, clean sheets. What is it? 9, 10?
He's on 9
clean sheets. So, good luck to Brazil and the boys. But,
Did anyone see his save today from Messi on the free?
Yeah, absolutely.
He didn't even tip it round the bar. He just grabbed it out of the air.
I think he learned from that first when he played Barcelona.
Yeah.
He knows what to expect now.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, look, and I remember at the start of the season we signed Allison, and it was very much a discussion of who's the better Brazilian goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Is it Edison, Allison, and even towards the tail end of the season, when Allison pipped it for Golden Glove.
I don't think there's any question for me, and I know I could be biased, but I don't think there's any question for me.
I don't think so either. It's just
no bias.
It's just nothing. It's him all the way.
You got to think as well, obviously. 26 years of age. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for a keeper, he's not even in his prime.
Correct.
He's already played 41 times for Brazil. Obviously, 38 for Liverpool as well. But he's just going to get better. Like Klopp has just done unbelievable there with that signing. He knows. Yep, I've spent something like 56 million or something like that. He's easily $100 million. Yeah.
Oh,
correct.
Now, yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Easy money.
Easy.
You know, by his 30th birthday, he'll be scary to think. Scary to think how good he's going to get.
Well, when he first started, I wasn't too sure if we spent the money right because of all those. I want to see how much I can play the ball at the back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
I don't think anyone.
I think he's just was testing Klopp.
Oh, look, I think
Testing the player, testing the fans.
Yeah. Test the
It's
fans
also-
too. Yeah.
Oh, he
It's
tested
also
me,
a
Jesus.
different. Well,
I
it's also-
call that the Joe Hart syndrome.
Well, look, the way I look at it is he's a different sort of keeper too, in terms of when he does play out with his feet. He comes from a different culture.
Yeah.
They're playing street soccer. Concrete floors in Brazil, and you can see that he was very confident with his feet, very futsal-like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And he made that. I think that one error that led to a goal. I can't remember the team now. Very early on, and we all went, "Oh, geez, what's going on?" But then from there, came leaps and bounds. And you make a mistake, and you either bounce back, learn from it, or you crumble, which is sad and Acarius. Because I recently was sort of like Klopp almost didn't sign Alisson, and he was going to give Karius the pre-season to bounce back. But Karius made some howlers during that pre-season, dropped and things like that, and conceded a few easy goals. Klopp's decision to snap up. Anything else to add?
No, you were going fine there.
Beautiful. That's the extent of my story.
No.
So, look, and I think that's, you look at someone like Karius now, 2 years also has made some errors at Sheetus. So you can see the difference in level there. And then when you have someone like Mignolet going, you know what, happy to second to Alisson, but he was complaining being second fiddle to Karius. So even he can tell the quality.
Yeah. I think the biggest when he came in as I think it was Rain that was saying. Obviously, everyone was sort of what to expect. Our track record with keepers hasn't been fantastic. My opinion, personally, obviously,
Pepe Reina.
Rainer was
Jesse Dudek.
Dudek. Yeah.
Come on,
Those two, yeah.
Hold on. Can I quickly
Since
add?
Reina.
Can I quickly add? In his first game, Simon Mignolet saved a penalty.
Oh no!
I thought he was the best keeper in the world when he did that.
yeah.
And he was for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah, it's it. He was.
And then it went all downhill.
He was a look
Yeah,
into
to be fair, since Reina, we haven't had a decent keeper.
Yeah.
Not a consistent keeper.
And even Reina worried me at times. Like,
towards the end he did.
He was.
Started to lose it.
Yeah.
He was.
There was talk of him coming back.
There was.
Yes, there was.
Thank Christ he didn't.
No.
hey, he can sit second fiddle instead of Simon.
Second fiddle.
I'll have Brad Jones back for him.
Oh yeah, I'd rather him than Mignolet. Yep.
Brady Jones.
Hell. Give me Karius as second fiddle. Anyone but Mignolet. Anyone but Mignolet.
Mate,
that says a lot.
Mate, there's no more chances for Mignolet. For Karius, I'm telling you now.
For Karius.
Good. No. I hear Joe Hart's going on the cheek.
No, I wouldn't have him. No, I wouldn't go near him.
Bloody hell.
No, guys, let's remember Jordan Pickford.
Hey.
Yeah.
Who?
Hey.
That's exactly.
Absolutely.
Do you remember when both those keepers made their moves? And everyone just went, "Oh, geez, Jordan." But Jordan Pickford had this amazing World Cup.
Yep.
Yeah, and look at where the two.
Poor old.
Oh well, I did see a quick snippet on the releases of the free agents list recently. Boaz Myhill is available.
Really?
Wow.
Who did he play
Yes.
for? Like Wigan or
West Brom.
something?
West Brom. Yeah.
West Brom.
Yeah. Hey,
Can't afford the wages.
Oh, I tell you what, he can go play for Sun.
Play for us too.
He'd be a good
He
backup.
did too. I'll tell you who's doing okay that used to play for Liverpool as a goalkeeper. Galassi, the Hungarian guy.
Oh, Galassi.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's, I think, first choice at in Germany.
Oh, him and he Red Bull Leipzig. Yeah, those grey tracksuit pants.
Yes.
Yeah. I think
Classic tracksuit pants.
I think Brad Jones freaking had a stellar career once he left there as well. Like, never really got the chance at Liverpool, but then obviously going to, what was it?
Smashed it at Feyenoord.
Feyenoord, sorry, yeah, Feyenoord.
That's it.
Killed it. And
Smashed the title at Feyenoord and then went to Saudi Arabia.
That's it. He won one over there as well.
So back
Yes,
to
he did.
Alisson Becker.
Back to Alisson Becker.
Back to Alisson Becker. Our player.
Yeah, we like to digress a bit, don't we?
We do.
That's all right.
That's all right.
Look,
Nothing wrong with that, mate.
as I said, how do you say it? I don't think he's going to have the season he did this season. Well, the season gone, sorry. I think. I mean, like, he's going to be world class. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like,
I think we'll be accustomed to it.
that's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the saves and that he was pulling off last year and everything else. Sorry,
Oh, we
season.
already know that he could do that.
Yeah,
basically.
you know what I mean. Like it's not going to be.
It's like
whoa.
it's like a Mo Salah thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's an expectation now.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's
that's
hit
right.
that level, and they're going to expect it. Well, the fans will expect it next season, and when it doesn't happen or it slightly falters, then the fans will be throwing the axe.
Yeah.
Look at that. But yeah, so obviously, he'll have another, he'll have another great season. I hopefully don't see him missing too many games.
We'll say it again. He'll win the Golden Glove.
All right, we're taking. So what's your grade for him last season?
Grade
Yeah, give him a grade. I don't know. Let's say out of 10. Let's go.
out of 10. I you know what? I'd probably say a 9.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I go on 9. If you won the Prem,
Yeah, unfair on 9.
I was going to say if they would have won the Premiership, I would have said 10.
Yep.
But because of that,
Did we lose it because we conceded too many? I don't think
No.
so. We
No,
lost
no,
because we
that's-
couldn't win games.
it was
No.
it was just those draws that we had.
yeah, there's way too many draws.
That sort of Oh yeah, we'll get the next one to draw. And
But
then we get draw.
also as well, being the non-red on this podcast,
Yeah, we should
coming
have made
from
that
the-
known very, very early.
yeah,
Yes.
should have made that known early on.
Ben's
Um,
non-red.
But anyway, yeah, I'm being the non-red and the football, connoisseur,
Yeah,
should
I
you
was
say,
just about to
of the
that,
group.
football connoisseur of the group.
Yeah, I'm for the more outside perspective of things. It wasn't because Liverpool played badly at all. It was City were on an unstoppable run, as were you guys as well.
Yeah, and someone. Had
And
to
it's
not
been
win.
said multiple times. It's been said multiple times. With the points total that you ended up with for the prior 10 Premier League seasons, you'd have won 9.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
The biggest thing
we
is-
just wouldn't have won the year.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is the draw against City. That was, that's the cruncher. If we'd won
No,
that, it would have been.
I'll tell you
ours.
what, it comes back to that goal that was disallowed.
Yeah, the millimetres.
Yep.
Couple
Yep.
of centimetres, if that.
Yep.
Because if that went in, that game changes.
0.21, I think it was.
There you go.
Oh,
Millimetres?
yeah.
0.21 millimetres. That's the
Something
game
like
that.
changer, right?
There's our season.
That's our
season.
That's our
Just
close.
like that.
Here we are dissecting a shit season. All over.
Yeah.
In 20 years'
But,
time,
you know-
we'll still be.
You know what the sad part is, though? It happened to Liverpool in the Premier League, so there's going to be one in every league next season.
That's right.
Yep. Oh, and yeah, look, at least we ended
VAR.
up with something. At least we ended up with some sort of trophy, because that was the worry.
Yeah.
If we
Yeah.
if we went away with nothing, like no trophy, that would have been. Shit. No, shit. We needed to
It
win
just would have
something.
been
We deserved something.
You did.
Yeah.
And as it was said earlier, our FA Cup and everything else, those runs just, I don't know.
Well,
Well,
look,
hopefully
we-
we're building a squad for those cup runs.
yeah, with
Yeah.
the cups last year, I mean, we still should be beating teams like Watford and
Wolves.
Wolves, sorry, and whoever we played in the Mickey Mouse Cup. But
I think it was Wolves both.
it's no excuse. But I think we got Premier League opposition. Chelsea, wasn't it? Did we get Chelsea?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yep.
Hazard
So, I mean-
scored, I think, a double.
we still should be beating them. And then bloody Man City get the dog and duck down the road. And,
That's right.
So you've got to.
It's the magic of the FA Cup, right?
I know, but you've got to think the people on their second team. They can put out a second team and still beat. And then they've got everyone rested. You know what I mean? They're resting everyone the week after.
Well, look, you look at Manchester City's bench, and they've got a Premier League caliber team.
That's what we're doing now. Hopefully, is building a bigger squad.
Definitely
to cope with that.
Yeah.
So, well, we've dissected Alisson, I think, enough.
Or maybe not enough.
Not enough. Well, yeah, maybe not. Maybe.
Not talking about 7.
Look, at the end of the day, he's hoping he has a friggin' another stellar season, and
agreed.
He'll lead the boys, and he's even watching him for Brazil the last couple of weeks, he's not shy to open his mouth. So he blasted the back line the other day. It was so funny to watch.
Keeper's a special breed.
Oh yeah, 100%. So good luck to him next season, and he's opened another Premier League Golden Glove winner.
Beautiful.
Talking about talent and obviously not scoring enough goals and etc. We'll talk about a prolific goal scorer in Fernando Torres. Announced his retirement last week. Probably most people would probably say he played his best football at Liverpool.
I agree.
I agree.
He went off to Chelsea for a record 50 mil at the time, and quite, for me personally, didn't quite cut it when he got there. I think he
not at Chelsea. No.
That hurt pretty much when he left. But yeah, I don't know if
he was
wanted the money or
by his own admission, I think since he's said that it was a major mistake leaving Liverpool.
Correct.
Yeah, he did what Suarez almost did by going to Arsenal.
Yeah.
For $40 million and $1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was that he went. You know what? Liverpool's in a spot now, and it was around the time the Gillett and Hicks drama was around.
Oh God.
Rafa had was having that falling out with the board because at the time, I remember that Rafa's since come out and said this. He was actually planning on buying Stefan Jovetic from Fiorentina to pair with Torres. And the board just wouldn't back him. What happened there? Financial terms.
Bet you they're kicking themselves over that now.
Yeah, that's right.
Again, nothing unusual for Rafa. Not getting board backing.
So yeah, that's right. Well, and then Torres went, I've got the opportunity to go win some titles. He couldn't see that happening at Atletico Madrid at the time. And where else is a Spanish player going to go? He was never going to play for Real Madrid. He was never going to go play for Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
So the only option for him was probably stay in England. And Chelsea came with a big sum of money that was Leslie and some Andy Carroll. Cough.
Oh God.
Andy who?
But yeah, look.
I was about to say you mentioned another dirty word.
Yeah. Horse face. No, that's me.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, ponytail.
Yeah. No, look, Torres was phenomenal. I've had this discussion before. Like when I wasn't as gutted when Suarez left as I was when Torres left.
Yeah,
it was just a different time, a different play. And it was
completely different player too.
Oh.
Yeah, and I would have loved to see them play together. I had it, but unfortunately, it wasn't to be. So
yeah,
when Torres left, the club wasn't in a good state. So he saw a strategy. If the club was in a good spot, he could have stayed. If you know what I mean, financially, and that was the same reason why they left. Sharon left. Players building a team around decided to jump shit and go to pastors. So
yeah,
Torres, always will have a place in mind.
Well, look, we dissect it. 712 games for club and country. Like that's that says a lot there.
It's no easy feat.
You know, he played
Champions League winner,
yeah,
Europa League.
World
Did
Cup
he win?
winner.
Yeah, he won the Europa League at Atletico.
Yeah,
He won the World Cup.
Yep.
Two Euros
Yeah, 2 Euros.
with Spain.
2 Euros.
Yeah, I think
Not many players have done that.
I think his biggest downfall is obviously his goal ratio. He only scored 260 goals currently. Well, he's probably scored the 2 that you just said before, so he's added to that.
The 2 in the J League since announcing his retirement, he's found some form and scored.
Does that include now?
So 250 plus goals will go with his couple of
Should have
games
announced
he's
his
got left.
retirement every week.
Absolutely.
Hey, have you got the stats up there?
Yeah,
Josh?
yeah, mate.
Could you do a quick total of how many goals he scored up until he left Liverpool and how many games he played?
Yeah, so he played 214 appearances for Atletico.
Yep.
And then he came to us.
Yep. And played how many?
102.
Yep. And how many goals?
He scored 82 at Atletico in his first stint, and then 65 for us.
Okay. Someone do the math there.
Oh, well, pretty much.
All right.
So that's what do you got there?
147 goals.
Yep.
And how many games?
In games, he had
316. Yeah.
316.
Yeah.
So he scored. Can someone give me a percentage there?
Hey, you work in real estate. What are you doing?
No.
I was going to say.
Jesus, I'm not good with numbers, guy. I'm going to
Well, don't say that.
I'm going to say it's probably a third. He's got a goal every 3 games.
Yeah. It
Roughly.
went downhill. Once he left Liverpool, it really
Just
went
over 1 in 2.
Yeah, okay. Just over 2.
Yeah.
Well, look, the way I look at it is Torres. If you look at Torres, and it's hard to count Atletico because he was so young when he started. So there's going to be periods of times where he wasn't scoring regularly. Look at what he did at Liverpool in the Premier League stage.
Yeah.
Terrorized Vidic constantly. Those battles I never forget. Vidic seeing red on occasions. Great player.
Absolutely great play. The easiest way, as we said, you know, like when he hit Chelsea, it all went downhill from there.
I think it had to do with his knee injury.
That as well. His stats prove it. He played 110 games for Chelsea, which was more than he did at Liverpool. And the 65 goals he scored for us, and only 20 for Chelsea.
Yeah, that injury was a major part of it.
That killed.
And I think it took his speed off, if you know what I mean. It took his
100%.
reaction time,
Yeah.
which he was known for. And watching Torres beat the keeper on a weekly basis, go around the keeper and was beautiful.
Yeah.
His goal against Barcelona for Chelsea. I think everyone knows the goal I'm about. Do we not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then watching it, I kind of wish he went and retired at Atletico Madrid.
Yes.
Watching him play there was good. It was good coming return back there. So you got to play and wear the jersey, win a cup. He's saying goodbye in Japan.
That's it.
Yeah,
I would have liked to see him in the A-League.
Nodding off to sleep.
Sorry, guys.
Boring someone. Yeah, look, before we wrap it up there, obviously, has anyone got a memorable moment or a best goal from the man himself?
I can't remember a goal. Didn't he score a hat-trick against Reading in the Cup?
He did.
Or was that in the league?
No, Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
The famous hat-trick he scored where he all the teammates and that got around him and signed the ball and everything else, and
that's right.
Rafa decided to put on the ball. Congratulations, but you lost the ball 8 times.
Yeah.
Something to remember by. So, cheeky moment, but yeah, he did score a hat-trick. I think goal for me was, there's 2. The one against Arsenal was unbelievable. Where he, that was outside the box on the bloody ridiculous angle, near corner flag sort of thing, and he put that in top right corner. But for me, I think the best goal would be the goal he scored against Blackburn. Jamie Carragher from halfway.
Oh, yes.
Pumped it into the 18-yard box, off the chest, chested down volley.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Friggin' and that was literally him at his best. That was just 3 blokes on him and still managed to bring the ball down somewhere to hit it. So, yeah. Anyone else got anything other than that?
Yeah, look, I don't really have I guess a particular...
Yep.
The games against United, where he just terrorised Vidic, that was... those derby games were a thing of beauty, which I think have gone a little bit to the nowadays with the passion and the flair. Because back then, it was, United had some very passionate players, and Liverpool with Gerrard and Carragher and even Torres and Mascherano, those years were passionate. And yeah,
I think there was I can't remember 100%. I think it was Spain England. I think it was Gerrard. He skinned Gerrard in international match, and Gerrard just sort of got up, like he left him for dead and just clapped him on like.
See you later.
They had it. Yeah, they had a great
their
great
partnership was
their
phenomenal.
partnership was amazing.
Yeah, and it showed it there.
They just knew where they were at all time.
Yeah, and that showed it. Just how in the fact that he skinned him, and then friggin' Gerrard, world class player, just gets up and claps him on like, yeah, good job. well done, son. So. Yeah, true legend, and hopefully he enjoys his retirement, and who knows, you might see him.
Legend shirt,
coaching somewhere.
I was about to say they are going to management now, don't they?
That's it. That'll bloody commentary, and I don't think he's got a head for that. So.
No. Well, thank you, Torres.
Yeah, absolutely.
We raise a glass or a coffee mug.
Or a coffee.
Because Josh is on Dry July.
Absolutely, Dry July. It's a good one.
Good on you, Josh. Good on you.
Beautiful.
Well done.
That's it, mate. That's it. My kidneys are thanking me every day. So we'll dissect into probably the one of 2 last segments we're going to do tonight, and obviously just a quick one. Obviously the Champions League final. We can talk about it every day of the week. Obviously we Broadmeadow Magic put on a good show for us up there in Newcastle, and how many were there?
It was
Steve, about 200?
Over 300.
Talking 300 plus.
300 plus. So
inside and out on the stadium.
Yeah. I was there by video chat points.
Yeah, mate, I you up there, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
I was laying in bed.
But yeah, obviously a great show they put on there at Broadmeadow Magic up in Newcastle for all the Northern New South Wales Reds fans, and unbelievable moment. Obviously, well deserved. Even though I do believe the Champions League final was the week before.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agreed.
It was a good game. Obviously, Tottenham, they didn't. Yeah, it could have been worse.
It was a very cautious game.
Yeah.
I think that the early goal probably not ruined, but it probably changed the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it rattled Tottenham.
Yeah.
And I think it also. I remember Andy Robertson saying, I think after the game, or a couple of days later, he just turned around and said, "Yeah, we kind of scored the goal. I went, what now?" And then, we can defend this because they're not going to get past us.
Yep.
So they kind of just shut up shop. We don't need to press as much.
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit hotter.
It wasn't the best Champions League final we've ever seen.
But it wasn't the worst either.
It wasn't the worst, but
I'll watch it back 20 times.
Yes.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I think the problem was the length of time that they both had off. So
yes,
I thought
4 weeks.
Yeah,
I thought it was good, but I thought it was bad because I noticed towards the end of the Premier League season, like for instance our last game of the season, Andy Robertson was stuffed.
Yeah.
Oh
he basically he'd get to the halfway line, and if he'd either look to switch it or pass it on, where he used to burst down the sideline. So I think the players needed a bit of a break, but maybe 4 weeks or 3.5 weeks was enough.
Yeah. So obviously, we've won it 6 times. We got a hefty payout for it. Obviously, $105 million for the win, not in
Pounds.
million pounds. Yes, sorry, my bad.
That's all right.
Double and a half rough numbers.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not including obviously all the ticket sales and gates and everything else.
Yeah, that's split down the guts, isn't it?
Correct.
Merchandise.
Yeah. So the big question is obviously $105 million. That almost bought us Van Dijk and Alisson last season. We've obviously Philippe. So what are we going to do, lads? Do we? Obviously, there's talk, of a few names circling, Mbappe and so forth, which we'll get into a little bit later.
Well, that's where I think. I personally, I'm hoping that we'll talk about it later, the old Mbappe, but hopefully we might lure that money away, just hide that money away.
Hide it.
And then take it easy on the old transfers this summer.
Yeah,
We've still got a few injured players to come back, and that he will hopefully stay injury free for most of the season. So they'll be sort of like a new, Ox, Lallana, Gomez. I mean, I know they're all different positions, but maybe we just might save the money, and then next year Mbappe.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I reckon.
Quickly on that, Ray. Interesting enough, because Mbappe has been linked with every team under the sun. Let's Scotland.
Not us.
But PSG did their kit launch yesterday, and he was front and centre. So it looks
doesn't matter.
In this
how many more years has he got his own contract there?
I think another 4.
Might I interject here?
Yes.
Jay Adams was at the front of all our kit launch too, and he's already gone to Southampton.
But your team's in the championship.
Whoa!
Come on.
Oh, bang! Come back, Ben. No.
Granted, I wouldn't want to be seen dead in this year's kit anyway, but because it's horrid.
Oh, far out. Yeah.
I dare say we need a left back for
Agreed.
Andy Robinson.
Mbappe, he can play there.
Mbappe can play everywhere.
Well,
he
can play any.
I was trying to think of his name today.
Yeah, because Moreno's gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gone. He had a touching little tribute post on Instagram I saw the other day. So
he did. Good on him.
It was nice. Yes. I think he's going to play in at Villarreal.
That's a good move.
Hopefully they don't put him as a fullback.
You know what? He just wasn't top level. He'll do fine.
He was in that Brendan Rodgers era of okay, we'll sort of do.
Yeah, almost there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
look, it's going to be interesting.
A player with potential.
Yeah.
He had the potential and he didn't reach it.
Yeah, never got way too many players with potential, poor bugger. He's just not cutting the grade now.
Yeah.
Look, $105 million. It's a lot of money, and I don't know about the whole Mbappe thing. I'm not sure. We will definitely buy some sort of fullback cover, whether it's exactly left back or someone who can play. Oh, yeah.
No, sorry, I was trying to think of his name. Ryan Bertrand. Anyone like to see him?
Bertrand, interesting.
Yeah, I'd take him.
From the other Liverpool academy.
Yeah, the Liverpool academy down south. I would love him at left back, as cover.
Yeah.
Well, the conversation.
And you know what? He won't.
He's a big unit.
He's a big unit. I think he'd be like a Ricky Lambert. He'd love to come to a club. He knows he won't get games every week. Because he knows how good Robbo is. And you've got to think he might just quietly come in, do what he needs to do.
What do you think? What are they going to do to lure him? Go, mate, we win another Champions League. I can get you a gold iPhone.
Premier League, gold iPhone. You'll be back up to Mbappe.
Well, don't worry.
Mate.
Liverpool would just roll Lallana all over and the rest of them out there and say, come on, just join us the country.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway,
I might add Bertrand was ex-Chelsea youth.
Yes, he is, yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
So I saw a discussion if we're going to sign a left back cover, don't have a left back. It's do we sign an older aging?
No. Don't know.
No.
I don't think so.
I think we go some experience personally because I saw us linked with emerging. If you've got two emerging forwards competing for a spot, it probably doesn't bode well for one to hinder development. So, seeing an experienced player come that's happy with a bit part role.
Or on the other side of the coin, you don't invest there and you just slot Milner in for that 12-month period.
Yeah,
Has Milner still a new contract? Yeah.
Got one more year, I think.
Yeah, he's got a year.
It's up this year.
Oh, it is up this year?
Yeah, because he was talking before Leeds famously collapsed in the championship. He was talking about back there on I'm pretty.
So you should have this season, and that's it.
Right. Okay. So I must have been.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this time next year his contract's up. So,
so if it were me, I'd have Milner in there as the experience for the 12 months to get Robbo well in and well settled, and then invest probably in an emerging to sort of, again, looking at that has potential, but just needs that next step. They'll have Van Dijk there to usher him in, and just get that up and running early on. Robbo's going to have the nailed down spot, but if and when should injury or tiredness or whatever happens, give him a run.
Hey, maybe your mate Lovren will play there, mate, Steve.
Lovren can't play fullback. I can tell you that much.
He's going to Inter Milan, mate.
The legs.
Yeah,
he's getting surrounded around Inter Milan, isn't he?
Yeah, look,
his circulation,
and he's apparently come out and said he's open to looking at options away if it works. Yeah. So
well, if
what happens there.
Look, Inter wouldn't be a bad move.
No, AC.
But where does that leave
AC.
us? Where does that leave us?
Well, that's it, and
that's one less defender that we probably can't afford to lose.
No, look, Liverpool have put 25 on him and said you've got to pay over to get him, and that gives us enough money for someone else to slot in. But
would you, the injury for that much money, would you just get a like for like? So what's the point?
Well, that's right, and that's the argument. So I don't see us too many.
I'd like to keep him.
Look,
So when Jurgen rings me, I'll tell him.
Perfect. I think everyone knows.
Klopp on dial.
That's it.
Yeah, Klopp presses 1 and it rings Ray. Hey Ray, who are we signing? No,
Mbappe.
You guys know.
I just saw Ray. Sorry, the PSG is put to PSG. He's staying for this summer.
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, far out.
So he said that.
He said that. Just on Twitter.
I'm up for Mbappe 2020, not Mbappe 19.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
He's only 20 now anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah. Next year, I reckon. Well, anyway, sorry, we digress.
Yeah, mate.
Again.
Look, so we'll as I said, we'll move into the final topic I've got here, mate. And we'll stay with the backs. Obviously, not so much. We'll talk a little bit about City. Obviously, they are. In regards to they obviously are the benchmark. We know that no one's going to beat them money wise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're proving that at this point if it goes through, where we buy Van Dijk for 75 million thereabouts. So let's buy Maguire.
God.
For 80 million.
Who was it? Slabhead?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Maguire.
Slabhead.
So
hey guys, it's coming home. And I can say that because I'm not English.
Yeah,
so.
right.
Yeah, I shake my fist angrily at you.
Yeah. Look, the pretty much the only thing I've got on this is one. Do you think he's worth $80 million?
Not a
No.
chance.
Not a chance.
No way.
No way.
I think it's just an inflated
worth
market
80
and they're desperate.
If he's worth 80 million, what does that put Van Dijk's new sale price?
Yeah. Exactly.
So there you go. That
Enough to do a clean swap with Mbappe.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, anyway.
No, I don't think he's...
Yeah. No?
So I think, wasn't there Man U and Man City are after Maguire?
Correct.
Weren't they both sort of putting silly bids in?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, good. I'll tell you what, they can have him because one, he's not worth it, and hopefully the price tag will just make his head melt. So.
Okay, I got a quick question for the podcast. Is there who is the centre back out there that would?
Hang on, I missed that. Say that again.
Who is the centre back out there that would improve our squad?
Koulibaly.
Interesting choice.
From Napoli.
Yeah.
Interesting choice.
Actually, yeah.
I'm not sure if he plays on the
pretty-
left or right, though. I'm not sure
I
about
think
that.
he's on the left.
He's on the left, but he
Oh,
can
is he?
play. When you're that good, you can play anywhere.
Okay, well, I reckon Koulibaly. I think we should 80 million for him, definitely. Not for old mate. No.
I saw that Liverpool were interested, and management were going to see him in the next few days.
Well, interesting enough that you
What's
say
his for? What's his for? Centre back.
For what's his name? Koulibaly.
Well,
yeah.
Julian,
Yeah.
interesting you say that because Napoli have just gone out and splashed the cash on Nolas from. So
Yeah, I've seen that this week.
Maybe they're looking at Koulibaly going and going, okay, let's bring in someone else. So very interesting.
No, fair enough. Then we'll see what happens in the coming weeks and see if it does go through. But I think we're gonna wrap it up. I think we've hit the hour mark. So
beautiful.
Well over.
Well over. Thanks, Statsman.
Is it really?
No, mate, I don't.
Sorry, guys. I tend to talk.
You're kidding.
So do I.
Okay.
Nah, we're an hour and 2 minutes in.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
So yeah, look, guys. As I said, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there with Maguire and so forth. But good on them. If they friggin' feel they need to waste $80 million on a player like that, I'm all for it.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, go for it. Well, what did they do? They spent crazy money on 4 backs in one window or something.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Power to them.
Yeah, power to them. So, I think we'll leave the final question as Ray won't shut up about him. We're going to leave this open to all the fans, obviously, and all the guys and girls listening out there. Mbappe, 2020. What do you guys think? Will it happen? Do we have a chance? Is it no-brainer that he's going to see out his contract? So,
Sorry, who's Mbappe?
I don't know.
Hey, mate, get on Twitter and hashtag Mbappe 2020. It's all over.
I'm surprised you know how to hashtag.
So,
Wow.
love
Not
it.
as old.
No, you know.
He
I was gonna
created
say,
it. He created it. What are you talking about?
Steve, he's not the oldest one here, you know.
Well, Julian, after our conversation the other day, let's not go there.
Oh, yeah.
So, look, guys,
Get on it.
leave the comments down below, obviously, in the channel, or jump over to the fan page. Steve, you want to segue into that one? Or where else can you? Where else can they?
So you can find this, I guess, this podcast. What is it? Newcastle Australia LFC group, like page on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So yeah, head over, click like, follow, whatever you do, and share it as well.
Absolutely, we'll leave the links and all that in the video, audio, video. Ray, don't worry, no one's seen your head.
Yeah, righto, boys.
Hey Ray, you were the worried one about it. Jeez.
Yeah, mate. So yeah,
Talking about it.
as I said, guys, thanks everyone, obviously, for sticking around for the hour to dissect, obviously, the first episode of the podcast. Thanks to you guys for being here. Muchly appreciated.
Mate. Thanks, Josh.
The pleasure.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Josh.
Well,
Always good to chat.
We'll see you
Thanks,
in the
Ben.
next
I
one.
assume you're producing, Ben. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I'm around doing stuff.
Awesome.
Absolutely. So yeah, as I said, once again, guys, be sure to like the YouTube channel Crossbar Capers. Be sure to subscribe. Tick the notification bell. It's muchly appreciated. It will notify you guys once we upload the next video. So till next time, stay tuned and we'll catch you later.